Hello. Welcome to Tarot in the Shadows. Tonight is a beautiful night. It's very dark outside. Beautiful, gorgeous. Moon's out, of course. Let me pull you some cards and see what the shadows have to say. There's a lot of transformation, a lot of strength, a lot of remembrance. Interesting. Well, as with all strength that is gained, there is pain to deal with. Some emotions that could be a little bit unrelentful. I mean, they could be hard until you either crack, break, or become forged and become stronger than ever. That is what you really want. But don't underestimate the purpose of everything in life, whether it be dark or light. Some of our worst times, we may think everything is done. And you know what? Sometimes it's supposed to be done. Because you know what? Sometimes there's a greater thing on the other side. The desolation is only something we create from up here. If you look past the desolation, you'll realize it wasn't a desolation after all. If all life all has a purpose, then it's never a desolation. There's some meaning behind it. We create the desolation. We think it's empty. But there's a lot of greatness coming in your path. And you are starting to figure this out. Proven with the Ace of Swords. And of course, this is the Hanged Man. You're realizing that you've hang around. I mean, I'm thinking this is something you're conquering here. But this could be the waiting period when you recently had some sort of recent revelation that makes you now level up to where, well, now you're kind of just hanging around. You see, sometimes everything can be going great, but until your ambition grows and greater things are meant to come towards your path, then it doesn't matter if you're doing good or not. If the universe says you're hanging around and it wants you to be elsewhere because there's greater things for you, it will happen. So you're going to feel like that. I don't like the Hanged Man. You know what? I'm going to be honest. I hate the Hanged Man. I really do. I don't like feeling like that. That is the worst energy. This is one of the only energies that piss me off in the universe. This is the energy that makes me, oh my gosh. I get, a rage is built when I get even close to this energy. Trust me. I'm not the biggest fan of this, but there's still purpose to it. And there's still beauty within it that I do find and respect and love and cherish when there is. Because in general, I'm an air sign. I don't like to be hung up. Let's be honest. I don't know if you are a Aquarius, and I just love this. We got the Hope card, and we got the Star. And of course, with the Star card, we also have the Tower. Very similar. You know, I I was moving this deck since the last time I read. It was because the last time I read there was some similar cards. But I mean, we did have the Hope card, but I don't think it was right after the Star. These are amazing cards. You got the Sun as the overall, but this is the this is complicated because I have to show you this. There's the trumpets, a blessing, but that is after this. So this is confirmed. There is a love. There's a love out there. It doesn't have to be some sort of relationship. It doesn't have to be anything dealing with people. It could just be a love for a craft, love for yourself, a love for something greater in this universe, something beyond what, you know. I could talk for hours, but I gotta get deep in this. What is this? Well, it's emotions that may not feel the best. Emotions that don't really like to have. A little bit of frustration, a little bit of heartbreak, a little bit of anxiousness. There's something that was an obstacle. And you know why I say that? You've pierced the veil. You've broken that wall of restriction, and you said, I'm coming out the other side better than ever. And I'm going to get what's mine. I don't know what happened to me there. Something came out of me there. This is amazing. You know what this is? This is evolution on a spiritual path for you. I don't know how spiritual you are. If you're watching tarot, you're spiritual. But let me tell you, this is groundbreaking. This is a ground that you thought was safe for you, and then it just comes toppling down. Because now, there's something you can't really go back from, huh? It's something that will always be there. You've just risen to the next level of greatness, and that's why your old level seems like it's a little bit hanging. Because now it technically is. If you've already conquered the tiny pond, then you're kind of in the hanged man energy, because there's a new pond with a lot of great things to level up with. But that's the thing about staying in that tiny pond. Fuck that tiny pond. Stop being lazy and get out of it. It's disgusting. Weakness is consumed in that. You know why it's a tiny pond? You know why it's still the tiny pond? Because everyone in there didn't want to go to the big one. They didn't want to create. They didn't want to go beyond. They stayed comfortable. And you know what? That's fine if you're growing up, if you're a kid. That's a beautiful thing. If anything, that's a nursery. But it's not, it's nursery, the nursery is in the past. The learning life part, it's in the past. You've learned a lot about life. But, I mean, there's always things to learn. But there's a new pond. A new life that you're stepping into. You've already learned a lot about life. All the people in the small pond are nothing to you. They're peasants. They're simpletons. They're people of the past. If anything, you are the one that blesses them and says, you know what? I care about you, and I will receive some sort of good karma by helping you. But I can't do everything because, well, I got my own path. You know what? Your good karma is coming in. Indicated with the hope card. Victory is here. And this big pond, this bigger pond, will be able to fuel your next rise of greatness. You will be at a level you have never been in your life. It will be a level of status, success, abundance. This is your new life. great life. Not just, oh, I'm jumping into the pond and now I'm getting my ass whooped and I kind of hate the bigger pond because I was kind of the shit in the other one. Why am I here? This is none of that. This is you going to the big pond and you're going straight to the big CEOs. The big sharks of the big pond are saying, hey, let me give you the good life because you're strong. And you know what? Those people that help you get the good life, they're going to be intimidated. There may be a day you may rise above them. That is the ultimate evolution of life, is a constant evolution. And you know what? This is proven with the star card. What I just said is proven. And you know what's funny? I didn't even notice I had the star card in my hand when I was having that discussion. It was all energies coming from the archetype of the star card. What is tarot? Some people think, oh, you're talking to demons or whatever. Talking to who? It's a picture on a piece of fucking paper. What do you think it is? There could be many different meanings. Tarot is a tool of universal archetypal tree. Archetypal, whatever the word is for archetypes, but I never really cared about English class. It's just fancy words. I work today, so my mind is a little elsewhere. But I'm just excited for my own thing, because when I'm talking about this, I'm also talking about how it correlates to my life. And I'm just like getting these constant downloads of like, shit, this is going to be badass. I'm going to live my best life. So let me concentrate. This is universal archetype of you being in 100% of your power. And you know what? This is causing an unbelievable tower moment. This is change. This is you jumping out of that small pond. This is you saying, you know what? That small pond can kick fucking rocks. Because you know what? Look at her. She's going to make her first $1 million. She's going to make some money. She's going to find someone that loves her properly. You got to admit, she looks happy. Look at her. If anything, she's the one that's mean. How is this a tower moment for her? She's the one that's getting her freedom. That's you. This is amazing. This is a reading. A reading that has been really transformative. This is a unbelievable reading. I'm literally dumbfounded because this also resonates so close with me, and I just want to talk a little bit more because I don't really get the opportunity to talk to people that watch my videos as much. But I have just been, I've been working, I've been living life. But, tarot, it's a beautiful thing. Yeah, it's a tool. There's great things in this world and there's bad things in this world, but, you are going through a lot of unbelievable life processes, a lot of transformations, like I was explaining. But don't forget to take a rest once in a while and enjoy the little things in life. You'd be surprised with how fast things go. I remember I was in high school, senior year, and I was like, I'm not going to be here that long, so let me just walk slowly. I don't care if I'm late, because I'm going to miss this place. Even though I didn't really miss it at all in the moment, I was just excited to leave that fucking place. And I want to cry, but I'm not. And it's not about sadness. It's about leaving behind empires, practically. Leaving behind things that I was a ruler of. I mean, this speaks a lot to me in my past. Anyways, I remember. I mean, I'm not gonna talk about it. I mean, I can't talk about it too much, but like I said, with the big fish in the big pond, there'll be times where, yeah, you could even go bigger and better, but there's bigger and better things waiting for you. So that bigger and better is minuscule compared to the real one that you have now found knowledge about. It's like in high school. Why would I want to stay in high school? No, hell no. But I'm going to mourn the beauty that I'm not really experiencing anymore. But you know what? That's fine, because that's life. And we should not waste our... You see, I did not cry. I was close. Not necessarily close, but my eyes are a little watery. I mean, I was mourning the past. It was a good... I mean, my high school time was pretty cool, so, you know. That's the thing. We don't need to waste our tears. We don't need to waste our precious life source and water for this life. There will be times where it comes, but remember, we should never be wasting our tears on things that have already happened. Because you know what? It's already happened. It doesn't matter what it is. It really doesn't. If you're here right now, you're breathing. And there's a reason for that. So fucking find it and live your damn life. Just trying to be 100% real with you. I don't really like small talk. It's pretty lame. Love you all. May the shadows guide you.